JFC, personal development is the objective and wealth creation is the goal. Receive warm greetings from these JFC soldiers and welcome to the 8th edition of the news. Coming up on today's newscast, weeks after its historic first anniversary celebration in Douala, the JFC Army is proving that the event was more than a celebration. It was a launchpad for action. With membership growing rapidly and new economic projects already taking shape, the community is transforming vision into reality under its guidance philosophy, little drops, mighty ocean. Plus, in a country where the tradition of 𝗔𝐻𝐻 has long helped communities support one another, members of the 𝗔𝐻𝐻 family capital are taking the concept a step further through a project known as 𝗃𝐻𝐻 collective savings are being transformed into a real economic assets on the road. Still on today's newscast, as the world prepared to celebrate International Women's Day 2026, powerful voices from the JFC community are stepping forward to lead the conversation. This Sunday in Douala, influential women within the JFC Army will take center stage at a mega empowerment seminar designed to inspire leadership, knowledge sharing amongst the ladies. Those were our top stories. Stand by for the news in greater detail. At the central microphone for presentation, I am Betrain 𝗃𝗙𝗄𝗆, the news in full. Weeks after its historic first anniversary celebration in Douala, the JFC Army is proving that the event was more than a celebration. It was a launchpad for action. With membership growing rapidly and new economic projects already taking shape, the community is transforming vision into reality under its guidance philosophy, little drops, mighty ocean. Our reporter, Captain 𝗃𝗙𝗖 completes that story for us.
Weeks after the historic JFC Army first anniversary celebration in Douala, the message from the community is clear. The celebration was not just an event, it was a launchpad for action. The anniversary held on January 17, 2026 at the 𝗃𝗙𝗖 𝗃𝗍𝗆 brought together hundreds of like-minded individuals from across Cameroon and the diaspora. The gathering showcased the power of unity, discipline, and the collective philosophy that has guided the community from the beginning. Little drops, mighty ocean. Today, the impact of that celebration is already visible. Projects announced during the anniversary are now moving from vision to reality. One of the most anticipated initiatives is JFC Rides, also called JFC Mobility, the community's growing transport business aimed at creating economic opportunities and structured income for members. For more details about JFC Mobility, will be coming up later in this new cars. Beyond business, the community itself continues to expand rapidly. New members are joining the JFC Army daily, drawn by its focus on personal development, financial literacy, and community well-being. In a remarkable sign of long-term thinking, many parents are now enrolling their children into the JFC system, hoping to secure a stronger financial structure for the next generation. The anniversary celebration itself was described as a moment of vision and inspiration. Highlights included the presentation of networking, financial literacy, and community wealth creation, as well as powerful musical performance and awards recognizing members who have played their key roles in building the community. But perhaps the most impressive story lies in the numbers. On the day of the anniversary, the JFC Army celebrated a family of about 500 soldiers. Just weeks later, that number has grown to more than 630 members, reflecting the magical pull of a movement built on discipline, transparency, and shared ambition. Meanwhile, several components of the JFC economic ecosystem are now taking shape. Initiatives such as JWeb Saving System, JFC Pro Professional Development, JFC Mobility Transport Investment, and JFC Renters Housing Solutions are all designed to create practical opportunities for members. Observers say the rapid expansion confirms one thing: JFC is evolving from a simple community into a structured economic movement. As the weeks unfold after the anniversary celebration, one message continues to echo within the ranks of the JFC Army: the journey has only just begun, and the mighty ocean keeps growing, one drop at a time. Reporting from this end, I am Captain 𝗝𝗙𝗖 𝗔𝗍.
Across Cameroon, many people are familiar with the tradition of 𝗔𝐬, a system where groups contribute money regularly to help members reach financial goals. The model relies on discipline, trust, and the idea that small amounts of money can grow into meaningful support when people work together. Our reporter, Clinton Destiny, has more on that.
JFC Mobility, turning collective savings into a transport fleet in Cameroon. Across Cameroon, many people are familiar with the tradition of 𝗔𝐬, a collective community savings system where members contribute money regularly to help each other reach financial goals. Built on trust, discipline, and cooperation, the idea proves that small contributions can grow into meaningful support when people work together. Within the John 𝗄𝐻𝑇A family capital, JFC community, this tradition is now evolving into something bigger through the project known as JFC Mobility. Rather than simply circulating savings among members, the community is pooling funds to acquire income-producing assets, particularly vehicles for transport and logistics services. Through a structured weekly savings system, members, often referred to as JFC soldiers, contribute small amounts that regularly accumulate into capital. That collective capital is then used to purchase vehicles, transforming savings into tangible assets that can generate income activity. By January 2026, the initiative had already reached a remarkable milestone. Through the contributions of its members, 15 vehicles had been acquired, an achievement that reflects the community's philosophy, often summarized as "Little drops, mighty ocean." These vehicles now form a foundation of a growing mobility and logistic network capable of supporting passengers, transport, logistic services, and vehicles renters. JFC Mobility, just one part of the wider economic ecosystem within the community. The initiatives include JFC Shares, which serves as the foundation of membership through a structured savings plan; JFC Pro, focusing on professional development; JFC Renters, and JWeb 𝗔𝐬, a digital version of traditional savings culture. Together, these initiatives aim to transform community savings into structured economic opportunities and asset ownership. In a community where mobility remains essential for daily life, the development of the organized transport fleet represents a practical and promising investment. For the JFC community, the message is simple: when small contributions are organized with discipline and vision, they can build something far greater than individual efforts alone.
Away from that, the John 𝗄𝐻𝑇A family capital, JFC Army, will this Monday, March 9, 2026, host another session of its JFC Army Fellowship, a learning and mentorship platform aimed at developing discipline and growth-driven individuals. Organizer says the program focuses on personal development, entrepreneurship, leadership, and wealth creation. Our reporter, Yannick Ndeli, spoke with some coordinators of the fellowship and now puts the details in the following report.
The JFC Army Fellowship is presented as a platform for learning and personal transformation within the John 𝗄𝐻𝑇A family capital community. Edward Ayok Bawak Egbe, Colonel at John 𝗄𝐻𝑇A Family Capital PLC, explains why the fellowship was designed to help individuals grow in different aspects of life.
JFC PLC, for what it is, like we said, it's a community that brings together a huge group of vibrant Cameroonians home and abroad, and its plan of capping at 1,000 very vibrant young people, very vibrant Cameroonians who have decided to paint another narrative different from what we are all used to seeing, we are all used to hearing, we are all used to watch over TV, who decided to paint a different narrative. And with that said, that's why we've created what we've created. Through the community we have, it's moved from a community and now running as a public limited company that's in JFC PLC, which has its community, the JFC Army. Everybody's a soldier. Title means nothing to us. Our mission is to watch people face poverty, defeat poverty, and keep progressing in what they are.
He says the initiative draws inspiration from the philosophy of the organization's Chief Executive Officer John 𝗃𝗏, especially from his book, How We Made It in Africa.
For the past 6 weeks, we've been in an interesting journey that's deep diving into the book, How We Made It in Africa, because it basically carries the vision and the foundations of the vision that led to the creation of JFC PLC. So we're studying and expatiating on this book and brainstorming on this book and masterminding on this book because it carries the core of the message that brought about the vision of the JFC Army. And we believe with every soldier being able to absorb it, with every soldier being able to imbibe it, is going to effectively aid them align properly with the vision, go all out, so we all can jointly win the war against poverty.
According to him, the fellowship goes beyond financial education to build well-rounded individuals.
And we believe Cameroon has a lot of valuable potentials, a lot of valuable things, but cannot be attained if you are not rightly educated, if you are not rightly trained, if you are not rightly following the things which ought to get you to those experience. And that is what JFC community is all about.
Organizers say the next fellowship session will take place on Monday, March the 9th, 2026, and will continue the learning series for members of the JFC Army.
So this Monday, which is coming up, we'll be looking at the last chapter 11 and chapter 12 of the book that has to do with think big and leverage and become a sales expert. That's how far we've come. There are many interesting things which are shared, and there are many interesting discussions we'll be having around it. So to get the soldiers aligned, and we keep going with our objective of seeing many people being developed and building wealth for themselves, and all ending up with a victory of having defeated poverty.
Participants will engage in discussions on personal development, entrepreneurial thinking, and strategic goal setting. Harrison Dinga, Shares Manager and Human Resources Overseer at John 𝗃𝗏 Family Capital PLC, explains.
In essence, it is an embodiment of the key principles that shape a successful and balanced life.
The sessions are designed to be interactive and to help participants move from learning to practical implementation. The fellowship is open to a wide range of participants, including students, young professionals, entrepreneurs, and business owners.
The fellowship is open to people who want to learn how to build businesses, manage resources wisely, develop meaningful relationships, improve their health, mindset, and position themselves for long-term success.
The JFC Army Fellowship sessions are held regularly on Mondays as part of the John 𝗃𝗏 Family Capital Community Development Initiatives. Reporting live for JFC News, I am Yannick Ndeli.
Thank you very much, Staffman Yannick Ndeli. Even from that, listeners of JFC News, as the world prepared to mark International Women's Day 2026, members of the JFC Army are stepping forward to make the celebration meaningful through knowledge sharing, inspiration, and personal development. This year's, instead of a separate internal celebration, JFC women will take the spotlight at a powerful mega seminar, bringing their voices, experience, and expertise to the public. The event is scheduled for Sunday, March 8th at Crystal Palace Hotel in Douala. and promised to be a dynamic gathering focused on empowering women and strengthening leadership. Hosted by renowned presenter 𝗔𝐷𝐺 𝐻𝐶, popularly known as MC Delish, the program will feature several respected women from the JFC community as keynote speakers. Amongst them is Captain Emily Nyanyongo, a strong advocate for personal growth and community empowerment. She will be joined by influential voices including Miss L, Captain Diane Lois, and other remarkable women within the JFC network. Organizer says the event is more than a celebration. It is designed to create a platform where women can share their journey, exchange ideas, and inspire others to pursue growth, leadership, and financial independence. Participants will hear powerful stories, practical insights, and motivational messages aimed at helping women unlock their potentials and take charge of their personal and professional lives. With the theme of empowerment at its core, the seminar is expected to attract women from different backgrounds who are eager to learn, connect, and grow. So, ladies, mark your calendar. This Women's Day gathering in Douala is shaping up to be more than an event. It promises to be a game changer for inspiration, connection, and transformation. Fellow JFC soldiers, this is where we draw the curtains on today's edition of the news. Take the rendezvous for the 9th edition. On today's edition of the news, I received contribution from Captain 𝗏𝗏 Anye, Clinton Destiny, Yannick Ndeli, and moral support from the entire JFC Army. At the central microphone for presentation, I am your humble servant, 𝗏𝗏𝗖 𝗔𝐿𝐺𝐬. Remember, in JFC, personal development is the objective and wealth creation is the goal. Happy Women's Day to all the ladies in the house.